I wanted to share an answer with everybody tonight of a question that I've been asked just in the last couple of hours. And it's a question that I do get asked every now and again. And it's one that I have shed some light on through the blogs, and I do talk to people I work with, clients, and essentially who bring this up, or it's an issue that they've had, and that's cheating. And I get asked, did I ever do it? Did I ever have issues with it? What did I do? What happened? And how did I handle it? And it's no secret. I've told this story a few times that when I was 3 days, 1, 2, 3, into the new life, so it was the 10th of February 2017. I went to see Guns N' Roses in Sydney, and having a great night, and was necking bottles of Jack Daniels and dry, and sort of looked at what I was doing, thinking to myself, I wasn't supposed to be doing this. Why have I done it? And I think I was like a third of the way through, like my fourth or fifth drink, and I decided that was going to be it. And I actually stopped drinking it, put it down. I could have necked it and finished it, and what difference would it have made? I'd already had several before that, but I did. I stopped it and put it down, and left it at that, and behaved myself for the rest of the night, and for quite a few weeks later. But that was the first time that it happened. Why did it happen? I was with mates and I was having a good time. I was at that particular point, catching up with a friend that I hadn't seen in quite a few months, and just let it get the better of me, I suppose. There was no excuse for it. I realised what I was doing, but it took me several drinks for me to say, this is enough. I want sugar out of my body. I've been working hard to eliminate sugar from my diet, and here I am necking what can only be described as one of the sweetest drinks I've ever tasted. So there you go. So that was the first fall, and it didn't really take a lot of getting over. I didn't really think about it too much. I think the one thing that worried me the most was whether Joanne, my wife, was going to find out, because obviously I made the commitment to her at this point. I was supporting her because I was still to be convinced that keto was the way to go, and it wasn't just a bit of a fairy tale. But I did it and moved on. The second time I did it was about 6 weeks later. This was premeditated, and I knew exactly what I was doing. My wife had a trip planned to Sydney to visit her best friend for her birthday, and she was taking our daughter with her. So I had the house to myself, and on the Friday before I left work, I went over to the service station across the road, and I stocked up on just rubbish, chocolate bars, gummy bears, soft drink, and the plan was, as soon as Joe was out of the house, I was going to smash it. And she left, and within half an hour she'd gone, and I knew she'd be on the freeway at that point, so there was not really any turning back, and there were going to be no surprises. So that's what I did. I'd hidden the stuff in a work bag that I used at the time, and it was concealed, and I got it all out, and I absolutely smashed it, and for 10 minutes or so it was wonderful. And then I just realised, after doing what I'd done, that I just felt I felt sick to start with, but I just felt this remorse, if you like, and this disappointment in myself, in what I'd done, and I had no answer for why I'd done it, other than I saw it as an opportunity, and I took it, and that was the last time I did anything like that. So what did I learn from those two incidents, two very separate incidents? One was spur of the moment kind of thing, the other one was more premeditated and planned out. What did I learn? I learned that cheating is just not worth it. You enjoy it maybe for a few minutes, but immediately after, I regretted those things in my body, and I didn't want them in my body, and I wish I hadn't done it. So what could I do? Well, not a lot. So I took the experience for what it was, a learning curve on the road to better things, and I moved forward with determination, persistence, and discipline in I wasn't going to allow that to happen again, and it set me up. It set me up to where I stand today. It just it was. I guess it wasn't worth it for the state of mind that it put me in, but it was worth it for the results that I got from it, and that was the determination to kick those habits. Because the one thing that I say to anybody is, if you feel that you have no other alternative, no other options, and you can live with what you're about to do, and it's not going to bother you for the next 2-3 weeks, then do it. But I'll bet 9 out of 10 of you will all regret it. Absolutely all regret it, and wish you hadn't done it, and just be like me. So if it does happen to you, just learn from the experience. Leave it behind you, put it in the past. You can't change anything, but what you can do is change things moving forward in allowing yourself not to do that again, not to allow that to repeat, and draw strength from it and build on that and continue your focus. So that's my answer. That's to that question. Yes, I did cheat twice. No, I didn't particularly enjoy it. I didn't like what happened. I didn't like how I felt. I felt bad for not being honest with my wife. I felt bad for really letting myself down, and it didn't happen again. So use that experience. But the one thing that you can do as well is, if you do feel stuck, just take a moment, take a breath. If you're not sure what to eat, look for options, because they are all around us. So there should never really ever be a case where you are in such a bad position that you can't find something better to eat and an alternative. And look, even if it means a little cheat, or it's something that's not quite 100% compliant, it's better than going the other way and completely ruining what you're trying to achieve by taking the defeatist attitude that, well, so what, there's not much I can do. There's always options, there's always alternatives, and you've just got to look for them. And if you find yourself struggling, just take a moment, take the pressure off, and have a think about what your options are and what's around you and what you can utilize, and you'll find that the answers are there. Okay, well, that's tonight's video. I hope that's been insightful. If you've got any questions you'd like me to answer on IGTV or on Facebook or Twitter or wherever it is you may be tuning in from, then let me know, and I'll be happy to answer them and guide you through it. Until next time, thank you.